Hello, thank you for coming to this student sharing section organized by the General Education Office. The event will start in 5 minutes. Would students please scan the QR code for taking attendance here? You are advised to stay until the end of the event and complete a survey to confirm your presence. Welcome to the event. Please scan the QR code for attendance and stay until the end of the event to complete a survey to confirm your attendance. Hello, students. Thank you for coming. Please scan the QR code here for taking attendance. And please stay until the end of the event and complete a survey to confirm your attendance. The event will start in 2 minutes. Please be reminded to scan the QR code for attendance and stay until the end of this event to complete a survey to confirm your attendance today. Welcome to the first CCL activity of the General Education Office in this academic year. I am Alice Wong. Today, we are excited to tell you a lot of interesting things in our GE courses, like this one, Speed Dating with the Earth. In fact, this student sharing section does not start from zero. The General Education Office organized its first Connect Us University Student and the Society GE assignment competition in AY 2021 and 22. The competition aims at recognizing students' creative engagement in the society. It was very successful as we received an overwhelming response of over 100 written and non-written entries. Among them, 11 were selected to receive the Outstanding Awards. All the outstanding works were showcased in a virtual exhibition. We will provide a link to the exhibition to you later. In the competition, we found that students taking GE courses applied their creativity and professionalism, as well as their interdisciplinary knowledge in meaningful social engagement projects. Especially, some outstanding work are about various environmental issues, which are closely related to our daily life and the real problems that the Earth is facing. Additionally, the work of students contribute to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, such as quality education, sustainable cities and communities, and climate action. Through taking GE courses, we hope that students can be more engaged to contribute to maintain the sustainability of the Earth. Today, we are very happy to have invited 3 students who took GE courses to introduce how they conduct projects on environmental issues. One student speaker cannot attend today due to private issues. Before we have a conversation with the Earth, may I now invite Professor Chiu Shunlong, the Director of General Education, to say a few words to us. Professor Chiu, please.
Thank you, Alice. So good afternoon, students and teachers. Welcome all of you again to this very first CCL activity organized by the GE office. Perhaps you remember that last month we had a half-day holiday because of typhoon. How did you enjoy it? Well, you might have celebrated the surprise day off with friends. Were you also curious or even worried about the reason for having a strong typhoon in Hong Kong even in late October? In fact, in the United Nations Climate Change Conference 2022, happening right now in Egypt, world leaders are warned of the climate chaos and the continuous increase in global temperatures. Developed countries are also urged to take immediate actions to help alleviate this climate disaster. What can we do to help as individuals? Every effort counts, and it's best to start small from the GE courses you are taking. Today, 4 award winners of the Connect Us GE Student Assignment Competition will share with us how their GE learning experience has inspired them to show their care for the Earth through proposing or even implementing feasible eco-solutions. So Alice will now introduce our student speakers to you. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you, Professor Chiu. First of all, to provide audience with more background information of environmental issues, we would like to show you a short video about climate change. Let's enjoy the video first.
Everyone's talking about climate change, but what is our climate, and why is it changing? Our climate is the Earth's normal weather over a very long time. It usually takes hundreds or thousands of years for the climate to change, but recently, our climate has been changing much faster. All these changes make life harder for plants, animals, and for people around the world. And the biggest cause of climate change is humans, including you and me. When we use fuel like oil and gasoline, or remove forests to make room for cities or farms, we release greenhouse gases into our atmosphere. These greenhouse gases cause our climate to get warmer. Normally, when the heat from the sun warms our planet, some of the heat reflects back into space. But greenhouse gases act like a big blanket, holding some of it in. This extra heat can cause all sorts of problems for our planet, and the plants, animals, and people who live here. Our ice and snow are melting faster. Our oceans are getting warmer and higher, and our weather is becoming more extreme, with more heat waves, heavy rainfalls, and powerful hurricanes. Luckily, many countries around the world are working together to fight climate change. And there are lots of easy ways you and I can help too, like reusing things instead of throwing them out. Instead of driving, ride your bike or take the bus. use less electricity, and eat food grown closer to home. You and I, we can make a difference. We can fight climate change.
So from the video, we can see that climate change or global warming is really an urgent issue that we have to face and deal with. The three student speakers today will present to us how they apply their interdisciplinary knowledge learned in GE courses to come up with innovative ideas for protecting our Earth. They come from three different major programs. The first student is Ms. Chesia Chen. She is a BA student from the Religion, Philosophy, and Ethics program. And also Ms. Kitty Law. She is studying history as major. And lastly, Cherry Chan. She is a BBA student from the Information System and Business Intelligence concentration. May I now invite the first two speakers, Chesia and Kitty, to present their outstanding work and reflection from the GE course GTSU 2057, Sustainable Design Thinking. They will talk about the beauty of plastic, which is about upcycling design. Chesia and Kitty, please.
Hi, everyone. We will share screen first. Hi, everyone. We are from FAIR. The beauty of plastic. Yeah, we are from FAIR. We will talk about the beauty of plastic. And I'm Chelsea. This is Kitty.
Hi, I'm Kitty. I'm a year 2 history student. I'm very interested in eco-friendly designs.
And I'm Chelsea. I'm a year 2 student studying religion, philosophy, and ethics. I'm also curious about the combination of art and the environment. So in the following part, we will break it into 5 categories. First one, we will have a brief introduction of the course. Secondly, we will talk about the details about our work. And thirdly, we will talk about the relationship of art and environment. And number 4, we will talk about the real-life application. How does it work? And lastly, we will have a conclusion. So let me first introduce you guys to this project. We took the course GTSU 2057, which is Sustainable Design Thinking last year. And this course mainly focused on the relationship between environment and art, how we can produce some interesting product that can help solve some environmental problem, and at the same time, we can use our creativity to help. We will understand the environmental problems that currently face around the world. For example, we watched some videos about ocean pollution, and also air pollution or plastic waste issue, etc., etc. We learn more about sustainable design in daily life, and we try to figure out solutions in tackling a current environmental problem. Lastly, we would apply art in this this idea, how art and creative thinking would help with this issue.
Hi, I'm Kitty, and I will talk about the details about this project. So, what is Theia? Theia is the name of the Greek tithing goddess of sight, brightness, and shining of the very beginning. And we're using it as the name of a conceptual company. It's a very interesting idea, because Theia is a goddess, so it's an echo of us hiring women in need to weave lampshades made of used plastic bottles of Latin cost. And why plastic bottles that are wasted need to be reduced in this way? Because in our ideology, we think that this bottle should never be gonna give them up. Okay, let's continue. Back to our business. About our plan, we will actually collab with a variety of organizations and companies which are both concerned about environmental and women's rights issues. Firstly, we will collab with a variety of eco-friendly factories to buy some eco-friendly nylon ropes from them. And then we will collab with plastic-free seas, which we will obtain our plastic bottles. Moreover, we will also collab with that game company, which is the creator of the famous mobile game Sky Children of the Light, as they are very enthusiastic about protecting the environment with their annual donation to a variety of environmental protection charities. We will also join the Hong Kong Federation of Women Centers and Hong Kong Women Workers Association by offering the women in need job opportunities by teaching them and hiring them to weave lampshades. And last but not least, we will participate in Milan Fashion Week, which is one of the biggest fashion activities around the globe. And I think that by doing so, we can successfully raise awareness. And let us show some of our works. This is Model 1, which is Hong Kong themed. It is inspired by the iconic red lamps in the West Market. And here are some models. And you see on the top is our original sketch. And on the bottom, we can see how it will be presented when it is put at home. While the original idea is the red lamps in the wet market, we eventually add some orange stripes on it to make it more beautiful. Now is our second model, which is inspired by Mother Nature. You can see that on the top is our original design, which is full of flowers and butterflies, which are both made of plastic bottles, and on the bottom, how it is presented. It's very colorful, and it can effectively show the beauty of the nature and remind why we have to protect it. Last but not least, we have the Sky Children of the Light themed lampshade, which is our collaboration item with the game Sky Children of the Light. We can see that this lamp is consisted of two parts, which is the lampshade itself and some dangling accessories. The accessories represent the different features of the game. And here are some concept art of it. Actually, if the buyer buys this lamp, they can also get the cape on the top of this in the game, so they can be reminded of the lamp they buy in real life. And on the bottom, you can see how it is designed. So, what are our goals? Firstly, we are to, most importantly, raise awareness to the plastic bottle waste issue. We aim to reduce the amount effectively through getting most of them around the world and turning them into beautiful lampshades. And secondly, we want to help Hong Kong women in need, as a lot of them who are elderly and have low education level are actually working in exhaustive, low-paying jobs, which are very tiring and unfair. We also want to put everyone's attention on the beauty of nature and know how to care and appreciate it. And we would also like to spread Hong Kong culture by selling our lampshades around the globe and spark creativity, as making lampshades out of waste is still relatively a new idea. And on a more practical note, we would like to sell 10,000 lampshades in the first year. So we'll move on to the relationship to the environment. Through joining this program, we have boosted our research on plastic bottle waste issues and discovered a lot of organizations that have been striving for more environmentally friendly Earth. We had never expected a game company would be that into protecting the earth in the past. Moreover, we also explore innovative possibilities to alleviate the plastic bottle waste issue, and we understand the balance between environment, arts, and business after taking this meaningful course.
So next would be the awareness aspect. Our idea is to integrate the concept of environmental protection into daily life, into art. So firstly, we would like to tell everyone that everything is possible. In the past, we may think that, oh, environment is something about ocean, seas, and what can we do with art? Or, environment is something separate and we can't really help it. But actually, no. We can produce some products that at the same time protecting the environment. For example, like our lampshade, it is made of some waste plastic bottles. Yeah. And secondly, we would like to tell everyone that even waste plastic can be useful again through creativity. Especially in Hong Kong, I think everyone prefer buy a new one instead of fixing the broken items. In this case, I think it is not really practical and it cannot sustain. Through this activity, we learned that, we can use our creativity to solve this problem and give it a second life. Plastics can be beautiful. They can be part of our life. And it is not only talking about those plastic products around us. It is also about some disposable plastic bottles. They can be useful again. We do not have to throw away disposable plastic immediately. We can add some creativity in it and figure out, what can it be through creativity. Yeah. And next would be the real life application.
Hi. So, what do I learn through taking this course? I think that it has actually enhanced my academic performance. About my assignments, it actually boosts my creative thinking and broadens my horizons. I become more aware of environmental impacts when constructing my arguments for a variety of courses. And about my major, it has also brought up my attention to the history of environmental protection. While environmental protection might seem to be a very new concept to the current generation, in reality, it has actually been existing for a long time in different forms. So I think that overall, taking this GE course is a beneficial and an inspirational experience.
So for me, the idea of turning waste plastic bottles into beautiful lampshades is quite inspiring. Before I entered this class, I couldn't imagine how to relate art and environment. My impression of art is something related to paintings, making crafts, making statues, etc. But what does that even have to do with the environment? The environment is about trees, the ocean, and the habitats of animals, etc. Well, these two ideas are not overlapping. Through this course, I learned that art can also contribute to protecting the environment. We may collect waste materials to design new products to give them a second life. To me, it is a kind of thinking that tries to make impossible things possible. This idea helped me a lot in my studies of philosophy. In the world, there seems to have rules and limitations. The idea, think out of the box, is very important. This makes me reflect on what is good and what is bad. Why can we do this but not that? Through creativity, everything could be possible. And it also helps my assignment a lot. During the brainstorming process, every group mate will try to give out some ideas. Some of them seems to be impossible. We will still organize those ideas and check the possibilities. After we finally decide to make this lampshade, we try to have a work division and organize our plan. This tight structure gives me a good reference in handling my assignment. Never limit ourselves to one direction that has already appeared in the world. Trying to break through it, brilliant ideas are waiting for us to discover.
So to conclude, our company Thea aims to produce plastic bottle launches and spread awareness of plastic bottle waste issue around the world. And I think that through this experience of creating an imaginary company in this G course is a very horizon widening experience as we enhance our knowledge of environmental issues and boost our academic performance a lot. And hopefully, I hope that you all can start to appreciate the beauty of plastic and never gonna give those plastic bottles up after listening to our presentation of our project. Thank you.
Thank you, Chesa and Kitty, for your very inspiring presentation and the wonderful artwork showcased here. I believe that all the participants today appreciate the efforts that you two gave to give a second life to the waste plastics. Now, may I invite another speaker, Cherry, to present her outstanding work and reflections from the GE course GFQR 1027, Data Analytical Skills for Your Future Work. Her topic is Solid Waste Problem in Hong Kong. Cherry, please.
Hello, can you see my screen? And let me share my screen now. Okay, can I start now?
Yes, please start.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Cherry from Group 2, and I'm so happy to be invited by GE department in HKBU to share my experience in taking the GE course. And the GE course that I took in last semester is GFQR 1027, Data Analytic Skills for Your Future Workplace. And my topics that I work for is solid waste problem in Hong Kong. And as for the curriculum of HKBU, we all know that we need to take GFQR course. And it is good for my future workplace because my major is ISBI, and I'm a year 3 student, which is Information System and Business Intelligence. And in this major, it needs a strong skills in analyze data. And in this semester, I took a course and I'm learning how to analyze data through some software. And I think that this course gives me a great foundation experience on how to analyze a mass amount of survey data. And you can see the graph from right-hand side. I need to use some skills like predictive analysis, descriptive analysis, and some prescriptive analysis to predict the result. So I gained some useful skills like how to interpret our collected data in most clear way and which types of chart are the best for explaining our data. And okay, and being a one, I want to explain more about the reason why I want to choose this course. And I'm quite recommend HKBU students to taking this course because being a one-off residents in Hong Kong, and we think that we have social responsibility to have a deep understanding of social issues. And the solid waste problem in Hong Kong can be release a lot of carbon dioxide, and which is one of the factors that lead to the global warming. Besides, due to the climate change, and we think we need to know how to figure out what is the solutions to solve the solid waste problem in Hong Kong. And in our research, and it's shown that solid waste issue is an urgent topic in Hong Kong. And you guys can see the graph. Only 2 landfills in Hong Kong can be reserved household waste. And the West New Territory landfill, which is the largest capacity distribution landfills in Hong Kong, are estimated to be filled in 2026. Therefore, what I have learned in this course, for my workplace, I'm earning some practical skills on how to use Excel to analyze data. But for my future, I think it can raise the awareness of social issues, especially environmental issues, like drought, storms, heat waves, raising, or the reason why the raising sea levels, and which can directly harm animals, destroy the place that they live, and destroy the people living groups and communities. So it is a very important topic and issue that we need to concentrate it. So before I illustrate some feasible solutions to you guys, I think we can play that game, which is called How Much Do You Understanding the Solid Waste Issue in Hong Kong? And I will share the Kahoot game and wait. And I will share the link in chat box. Okay, let us wait for the pin. There are 5 questions in this game. I think you guys can try to understand and how much you understand about the social issue in Hong Kong. And let me share the game pin in the chat box. Or you guys can scan this code or type the code in this link. I think you guys need to join again because there's something wrong. I think you guys need to join again. Thank you. And let me wait for 2 minutes. After some of you join this game, I will start now.
Cherry, there seems some problems in playing the game. Would you please check?
What?
Participants said in the chat box that there is a limit in the participants player limit. Would you please check?
Okay. But I can't. But I don't have any authority to control the limit of the participant. Or I think you guys, if you can join this game, you can type your answer in the chat box.
That's good. That's good. That's another way to do it.
Yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
so sorry.
Thank you. You place the question in the chat box and we answer.
Yes. Okay. Or you guys can see my screen and type your answer in the chat box. And let's start now. Okay. Next question. Which type of main distribution of domestic waste in 10 years? Some of you get correct answer. Let's start true or false question. All of you get a correct answer. Hong Kong government has planned to implement waste charging scheme in 2023. Oh, you all guys get a correct answer. And let's start the last question. How many landfills are there in Hong Kong? Okay, some of you have a great understanding on Hong Kong's waste problem topic. And silver gold is the first question. And the winner is Royal Seal. Okay. Okay. Thanks for joining this game. I think all of you guys did a great job on it, but I would like to explain more about the question and the answer. Thank you. Okay, so okay, I think you guys did a great job on it, but I would like to explain more about the answer because some of you get a wrong answer because some of you may not understanding so much on this issue. And in our research, we found that perishable waste has the largest proportion in the total amount of domestic waste. And most of the perishable waste in household is food waste. And that means the food waste problem in Hong Kong is a serious phenomenon that we need to face. And it implies the problem of recycling and food waste problem. So the perishable waste is the correct answer. And in our research, we found that there are some solutions can be proposed, like we need more recycle bin because the number of recycle bin and rubbish bin had emerged and numerous difference from 2013 to 2017. So for Hong Kong citizens, finding recycle bin is much more difficult than finding a rubbish bin. I don't know you guys have the same feeling of this comments. And the next one is solid waste charging scheme. Because in Taipei, there are significant decrease in waste quantity after the implement the solid waste charging scheme. And Hong Kong government are decided to implement solid waste charging scheme in 2023. So in last game, the correct answer is true. And because it can reduce the quantity waste in a long term, so we think that it is a quite good solutions to solve the solid waste problem. And for us in our research, I think the best solution is solid waste charging scheme because it can solve the problem in the long term, like it's shown the results in Taipei solid waste charging scheme. But in other, some of people think education is quite a good choice to reduce the solid waste amount. But education needs to take a long time to build up people environmental awareness. So solid waste charging scheme is more effective, and its effectiveness is largely guaranteed because there are some examples from other countries, and rubbish bins and recycle bins is only one of the factors on recycling rate. Therefore, solid waste charging scheme can can help people to build up their environmental awareness and have a great result on reducing the solid waste amount in Hong Kong. In conclusion, I think I can have a small sum up of my presentation, because in current situation, there are only 3 major landfill sites are about to fill up, and the biggest proportion of solid waste is household waste. And half of the respondents have recycling habit, and it's shown that people lack of recycle-related knowledge and lack a fine recycling system and facility in Hong Kong. So the best solution is replace rubbish bin with recycle bins and hold more educational campaigns. And finally, there are one of quite effective result is set up laws and regulation. And this is the end of my sharing. Thanks all of you to listening of my presentation and sharing. But I want to have one main point that I would like to figure out is one small step can have a big change. Thank you.
Thank you, Cherry, for your good presentation explaining to us the relation between numbers and solid waste in Hong Kong. Thank you for 3 of you bringing to us a very thought-provoking presentation. And I think the participants here may have some question to ask them. But first, may I ask if today's speakers have any question to ask the other group of students? The floor is open to all participants, and please feel free to express your views on environmental issues, or if you have any thoughts after listening to the 2 presentations. May I invite group 1 to ask Cherry some questions first?
Okay. Hey, hello. Can you hear me? Would like to ask Cherry something. And as you mentioned previously, you said that charging people for throwing out rubbish is the most effective way of solving the problem. Yes, in our opinion, as the richer families and richer individuals have more money, they actually can just still continue throw away all those rubbish, and those fees won't affect them at all because they're used to paying a lot anyways. And moreover, if someone just throw it away on the street at night without using all of those charging plastic bags, and no one will know who has thrown them away, and you can't catch those people who did it. And I don't think that it will be very effective. And so, what do you think?
You mean that some people buy a plastic bag, but they will throw outside, and government cannot charge it, so it's not a effective way. And the reason why I think solid waste charging scheme is quite a effective way, because I think we knows that some people will violate the law and they will throw the rubbish outside so that they can avoid to paying some money on solid waste charging scheme. But I think government can implement some policy having a group team to monitoring some building, have a comprehensive system to monitor some people. And I think it can have a detergent. It is detergent because if some people throw some plastic bag outside or some rubbish outside, it will have a punishment, like paying $1,500 on it. So I think solid waste problem may have some it's a good solutions to solve it, and government can have a comprehensive system to solve some people throw the plastic bag outside, something this situation.
Hi, and I have some extra question based on that. So do you mean that there shouldn't be rubbish bin on street because, as you said, you would try to avoid people throwing rubbish on street, and then you will set up some monitor monitor teams. Then what about those rubbish bin on street? How would they count?
Also,
I mean that it is not a good way to reduce all rubbish bin in the street because it have some bad side effect, like people want to vote on the ground. But I mean that government can have more recycling bin because we found that some from our experience I may want to throw a bottle, but I can't find a recycle bin, so I just put it in the rubbish bin and let go. So I think my meaning is government can have more recycle bin in the street, but reduce the amount of rubbish bin.
okay, back to the thing I asked you previously. Well, you said there will be some people who are tracking down those people who just throw away rubbish, whatever way they like. But I think it's pretty impossible to like track down every one of them because there are so many people in Hong Kong. And also, you have also mentioned in increasing the amount of educational campaigns to reduce the waste problem. But as you know, this has been done for a very long time, and still people are just still like throwing stuff away and wasting a lot of materials. It won't help a lot. And so, what do you mean by like set it up more? How what's the amount, and how will you do it differently?
And in my opinion, I don't think that if government have a team to monitor 6 million people in Hong Kong who throw their rubbish in the street, my meaning is I think it can have a detergent effect, like if some people throw in the rubbish in the street, the government and the team can maybe have some punishment, so people won't be so they will be scared about it, and they will not or reduce the opportunity to throw the rubbish in the street. So I think the function of the government's team is to have a detergent effect on the solid waste charging scheme. So warning people don't throw the rubbish in the street. And as you mentioned, that educational campaign is not an effective way because even though we have some campaign now or in the primary school, in the secondary school, but I think you get a very good point because but in my opinions, I think educational campaign is a long-term campaign because we need to educate all Hong Kong people, like adults, students, or a baby. So we need to educate them when they are young. So it takes a long time, but I don't think it is not a great solution, but it takes a long term to devote many effort on it. So I think it is a great choice also. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Cherry. Talking about education, do you think besides asking people not to throw rubbish on the street, any other thing that you think the government can do or the school can do to educate people? As what Angela has asked in the chat box, she is asking about about resisting our temptation to buying things. Do you think that is a good way to protect the environment or reducing the rubbish size?
I know. I think Angela does have a great opinions. Like because we all know there are some minimalist life, but in fast fashion there are many clothes that have many promo and it have many temptation for for us to buy many things. I think education is quite a good things like government can have some campaign like a environmental friendly day or wholesome games and let people concentrate or raise the awareness of we don't need so much stuff in our lives actually. So I think government can have different education no campaign like poet talk or have some game booth in university or have some game booth in secondary school. Yes, that's my answer.
How about Chelsea and Kitty? Do you have any views on this?
About Angela's points, I think that resisting the temptation is more like a personality problem, in my opinion. Like I think that in order to make you less less likely to buy new products, you have to learn to just like we have mentioned before, start to appreciate the nature, even though that may seem fake or like unlikely. But actually, if we seriously go out more and go on hiking trips, you will actually start to realize that the nature is very beautiful and we should treat it better. And about the desires and part of the desires and environment, I think that in another way to do it, we should actually like a project, we should produce more environmentally friendly products so that if you are really just going to buy new things and throw away the old ones, at least the things you are going to buy are more environmentally friendly, and the things you throw away are biodegradable. So in that way, at least everything will hurt the planet less. And well, what should the governments do? I think they are they are actually more of a pushing factor, like those regulations and education, just like the other students have said, are there, but how much the people will obey and listen to it is another problem. So the government should continue the work of raising awareness to different parts of the society. I think that the most significant people involving in protecting the environment should be us ourselves rather than the government. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Chelsea. Besides buying environmentally friendly products, Professor Chiu has just pointed out that there are environmental friendly worms which eat plastic. Have you guys heard about this? Or can we introduce this in Hong Kong? Any other ideas that you think we can help promote environmental protection? Kitty, do you have anything to ask Cherry about her presentation or other issues?
We are discussing right now, and please give us some moment.
Okay, then Cherry, do you have any question to ask Kitty?
Yes. I want to ask is, what is the biggest challenge that you guys face in your project, like during the experiment, something like that?
Well, our biggest challenge is not really about the environment, but during the process, because we have done a lot of work before we finally release our design, like we would do some survey or we would do some research on the preference on people, like what product do they like, or how do they feel about the environment, like those. So I think the hardest way About the hardest part of this project would be doing the survey and sending emails to companies because sometimes we may not reach our target of response. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for answering.
For group one, I noticed that you cooperate with some NGOs like the Women's Workers Association. Do you have any interesting experience in working with these kind of NGOs? What do you think about them as a partner of your project?
Actually, at this stage, we actually haven't really worked with them because since the process of handing those our assignments is pretty rush, we actually just send them some emails and wait for them reply, and that's all. So we actually at this stage haven't actually really done anything yet. But if we actually get some time in the future, we will as well turn this project into something real and contact them to do so.
Does your group really have the confidence in selling 10,000 lamps a year?
This is the suggestion by our lecturer, actually.
Oh, okay. That's a big goal. May I know if any other participants here have questions or comments? Feel free to express them. Jessie Fong talk about the 四電一腦 policy. That means when you throw away electrical appliances, you have to pay the fee. Any views from the two groups of students? Do you think this help release the waste problem in Hong Kong?
Some people think that this policy is irrational because people don't know, like the solid charging scheme. They don't think that we all know we buy things need to pay cash, but nobody understand why we throw the rubbish we need to pay the fee. But in my opinion, I think it is a small part scheme in solid waste charging scheme, because we know that we need to pay the removal fee if we throw away some old electrical applicants. But it is not really rational, but it can raise the awareness of people. Like, the people will think about 4P. I don't know whether you guys hear the 4P, like replace, reuse, reduce, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think people may want to they may possible to fix the old electrical applicants, then throw it away or sell in a low price to some second-hand stores. So I think it is quite a good policy, but some people may think that it is irrational and it is not so useful because people don't want to pay the fee and it is quite complicated. Yes, that's my opinion.
Yeah, and our group also agree with Cherry that it is about the awareness. So people know they have to pay for if they throw away this 四電一腦, but they may not really understand the reason behind it. So it is more important for them to understand rather than just applying this charging scheme. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
May I add something about the test about the worms that eat plastic? I think that it is a very innovative idea that how a creature can is something so unnatural and turn it into protein, which is something that's safe for the world to consume. I actually I'm slightly skeptical about it because I am worried that they will they go out of control one day? Like if they like there are some like mutation and they start to eat other things such as plastic. So that would be quite dangerous actually. Even though it a bit far-fetched, but it is possible. And besides, how we are gonna convince people to eat these proteins that are produced by plastic? People will think that what you need to eat plastic, that's so ridiculous, and it may take some time to convince them to do so. So I think that it's a great idea. I think that we need more time to tell the world to adapt to it, and maybe there's some more studies to it to make sure they will be in our control. Yeah.
You don't have worms yourself. You can have more birds to eat the worms. And so they will go into the food chain.
Okay.
Kitty and Chelsea and Cherry, may I know why you choose the topic of your project? Anything that raised your awareness or made you think that the topic is important or valuable to be explored?
Yes, I mentioned some point in my presentation because I think that as a Hong Kong resident, I think we have social responsibilities to have this understanding of our issue. Like we need to throw our rubbish every day and every moment after we use some bottles or some water bottle. But the most important things is the first step, we want to throw things like finding the rubbish bin rather than finding a recycle bin. This is the truth and is the fact in our daily life. So in our group, we think that we want to do the solve waste problem is because we know that our landfills is going to be filled in 2026. I don't know whether you guys know about it or have some understanding about it. So and the climate change is a very important issue in nowadays. Like in November, we still feel very hot. Like we want to wear long sleeve clothes, but they are really hot in November. So we think that we want to figure out is what is the cause, what is the effect, and what is the solutions in the solid waste problem in Hong Kong. So we choose these topics. Thank you.
Yeah, for our group, why we choose to use plastic bottles to make our lampshade is because that we understand the how serious the plastic bottle creates the pollution to the environment, like the ocean pollution, like that. Because according to some data, because we have done some research before that, actually every year there would be a lot of waste plastic materials, including plastic bottles that wash into the ocean. And for years, it will break into small particles, and then some creatures in the ocean like fish or turtles, they would eat them. And this would enter food chain. And so we are thinking that what can we do to alleviate this problem? Because we cannot act the role like government to legislate some law like that. So we would like to try to reuse. Our idea goes to how to give those bottles a second life. So later we discovered that it can make it can make a lampshade. It can turn into other things that can be useful again. So we go into this direction. Yeah, thank you.
This is called upcycling, right?
Yeah.
Besides upcycling, one participant here, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, proposed that we can adopt practice in Germany that people have to pay more when they buy plastic bottles, and when they return, they can get some cost back. Do you think it is feasible in Hong Kong to use this policy?
Yes, I think it is quite reasonable because in Hong Kong nowadays, like we buy a glass bottle of milk in convenience store nowadays, they would cost us, I forget the exact amount, like $1 or 50 cents or $5 extra to for the glass bottle. Then if we clean it and then give it back to the convenience store, and they would give the amount of money back to us. So I think plastic bottles may apply similar methods. Yeah. Thank you.
Do you think that you have changed your lifestyle a bit after taking the GE courses and doing this project? Like how you reduce plastic waste in your daily life, or you will be more careful about using electricity?
Yeah.
Is it have any impact on your daily life?
Yeah. I have been actually collecting the plastic bottles I've been using these days at home. Well, at home, I don't really have lampshades, so I can't really recreate more of these lampshades. I have been making it into different crafts to decorate my home instead of just throwing them away. Also, I'm using these plastic bottles and some wasted boxes that would turn into like cockroach traps, because there are some cockroaches in my home, and I think this is another way to upcycle this so-called waste products.
How about Treasure and Cherry? Any changes in your daily lifestyle, your habits?
Yeah, after understanding the seriousness of the pollution brought by plastic bottles, I would try to reduce I would avoid using the disposable plastic bottles in my life, and I'll bring a water bottle with me most of the time. Yeah.
In my opinion, I think after doing this project, I still like a Hong Kong people, because I always in a rush, and I need to I may try to buy the plastic bottle, then I bring a bottle to school, because most of them like to buy some water bottle or buy water in the tuck shop. And I think it really can change my behavior or mindset is after the government really put a lot of effort on it. Like, I don't want to just I focus on this issue, but government don't put so much effort on it. And so I think if I really want to change my behavior is having the solid waste charging scheme, like, I need to recycle that, and it needs to pay money. And I think having a harsh and policy is the one of the effective way to change my behavior or other people's mindset. Yes, that's my opinion.
Yes, I noticed that many students use the water machine around campus, and this is a very good habit, that they don't buy plastic bottle water in the touch shop. Instead, they bring their own bottle and get water from the machine. That's a very good change in their lifestyle. May I know if there are any other important questions from the audience? If no, then thanks a lot for the active discussion, and we can find that the student work in the GE projects to bring a lot of impact to the society and to the earth. To end up the discussion, we would like to show you a short video about finding new solutions to live a sustainable lifestyle.
This is great.
Hey, don't work too hard, Stano.
I'm not. Gardening relaxes me.
Garden doesn't come with fresh lemonade, does it?
No, comes with the benefit of saving water.
You okay, Dad?
Yeah, finished gardening, so just grabbing the old compost.
Oh.
Dad, you've been working all day. Take a break for lunch and go have a picnic in the park with me. And yes, we can ride our bikes there. These burgers don't smell that good.
They don't smell good at all. They smell like one of the leading causes of greenhouse gas emissions. Has he lost his mind?
Dad, why do you try so hard to be different?
I'm just trying to do what's right for the environment. That means making different choices.
Maybe not that choice.
What the?
I found this new company that has goats mow your lawn. It's environmentally friendly and it saves you time.
It's true. This is a real business.
I know you want to do things differently, but that doesn't mean it has to be hard. You should solve different, find new solutions for old problems, and you'll have more time to do what you love.
Spending time with you?
Exactly.
Why don't you hug us like that?
Go play with your phones.
Wasted!
I just learned that blue jeans are also bad for the environment. Living a sustainable life doesn't have to be hard. Solve different. Find your goat.
Do things differently, will you? After listening to the student presentations and watching the videos, we hope that you could really take urgent actions to combat climate change and its impacts, and to live a sustainable lifestyle. As said by the student speakers, a small steps can have a big change. What you will do in your daily life will definitely help the earth to be more beautiful and sustainable. After getting some tips and exchanging opinions on environmental issues, it's time to relax and play some games. We have prepared some questions on Mentimedia for you to challenge yourself. Would you please scan the QR code on the screen to enter the game page? I guess you're ready, right, for the game. Let's start the game. Okay, the first question. Okay, the first question is, sorry, there is some technical problems. We need some time to solve them. Which are the causes of climate change? Take your time to answer. Time's up. Oh, many of you are very clever. Yes, all of them are the causes. The second question. Which one has the higher carbon footprint? Oh, yes, banana. Don't eat too many bananas. The answer is banana. Okay, the third question. Which one has the higher carbon footprint? Drink this time. Time's up. Yes, coffee. The fourth question. About snack, which one has the higher carbon footprint? This one is easy, I think. Time's up. Oh, but the answer is dark chocolate. Question 5. Avocado or grapes has the higher carbon footprint. Both of them are very healthy fruits. Time's up. Oh, yes. You guys are very clever. The last question. How to decrease your carbon footprint? Any actions that you will take to reduce your carbon footprint? Yes, that's good. It seems that all of you want to contribute more to environmental protection. And then I want to collect some of your opinions towards today's seminars or sharing sections. First of all, how would you describe today's sharing? Just type your words, your feelings, your views on the phone, and it will show here. How would you describe today's sharing? Fit, funny, knowledgeable, interesting, meaningful. That's good. Oh, inspiring, meaningful. Thanks to the preparation of the student speakers. They took a lot of time and effort in preparation. Inspiring, meaningful. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the praising. And how do you feel about upcycling and sustainable design? The landscapes designed by the students Help the earth. Yes, absolutely. Good. Good here. Good to earth. Fresh. Why is this fresh? Someone said she wants to try by herself or himself. That's good. Meaningful, innovative. That's good. It's really the student can combine the interdisciplinary knowledge from us and from the GE courses to make this project work. Okay, thanks for the phrasing works. And then lastly, do you agree with the solid waste charging scheme? Cherry mentioned this scheme and she proposed to adopt this in Hong Kong. Do you agree with this policy? It seems that quite many participants today agree that Hong Kong should adopt this policy. Okay, thanks a lot for your response and feedback. The planet is really counting on you. Thank you. It's near the end of this sharing section. We would like to collect your feedback on the event. Your attendance in this event will be confirmed if we receive your survey answers. So please remember to complete the survey. You can now scan the QR code and submit your feedback to us. I guess that you must have learned a lot from today's students' presentations. As said in the beginning of the event, today's speakers got the outstanding awards in the GE assignment competition. Please note that the next round of competition will be held in around May or June of 2023. Could colleague show the poster? Maybe they need more time to sort out. Let me introduce you the next round of competition about the GE assignment. Oh yes, and please stay tuned to our announcement later. It will be announced in around May or June next year. In addition, you can scan the QR code here to visit the virtual exhibition of the outstanding work of our GE courses. There are various types of student work and you will find a lot of insights from them. So please take a tour and visit their outstanding work. And have you thought about what GE courses you want to take in semester 2? If you are still thinking about which courses to take, we recommend you to visit the coming poster exhibition in the adjunct period in January 2023. This will definitely provide you with much useful information about our GE capstone courses. Please also visit the exhibition and play the game to get a small gift from us. Last but not least, please follow our IG and Facebook page to get the most updated information of our courses and activities, or even study tips. Please also feel free to contact our staff if you want to get more information or if you need any help. Our door at AAB 805 is always open to you. Now, it really comes to the end of the sharing section. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the future activities of our office. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you, Kitty and Chelsea and Cherry.